It's 2025 and we still have to defend Girls' Generation. What about Jennie's album and features and a bunch of little other small K-pop news? So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. Without further ado, let's get into today's news because it's been 5 days since my last upload. K-pop has just been quiet, which I guess is a good thing, but you know, we have things to talk about today. So let's go. First up in today's news, we have Jennie. Of course, Jennie has been teasing music for so long now, and the day has finally come. Well, I guess the day hasn't finally come, but the promise of a day has finally, well, that was also promised before, but we have some concrete evidence now that on March 7th, our girl Jennie is going to be releasing her album, which has a lot of features on it. So let's check it out. Let's check out the name of that album, the vibe, and everything in between. On top of technical issue after technical issue, I once again cannot control the freaking cookies on this site, but it's okay. So here we have it. First studio album named Ruby. My first thought when I heard Ruby was like, oh, it's kind of like there's a theme going on, and a lot of people are pointing out a theme as well, but like Rosie, just like one name, Ruby, just one name. I guess Lisa doesn't fit it because it's alter ego. We don't know about Jisoo yet, but anyways, so there's apparently going to be 15 songs on this album, and it comes out March 7th. Now, the features are what a lot of people are talking about. We have Childish Gambino, Doechii, Dominic Fike, Dua Lipa, FKJ, and Kali Uchis. So many. There's even an album trailer, but I don't think we're going to watch it, but she's in a red wig and it's a dark background. It looks pretty cute. So as you can imagine, there's so much discussion surrounding this album, and I feel like anytime Jennie releases anything at all, people are like, FYG, this is YG's you see what Jennie can do outside of YG, because of course under YG, Blackpink have had solos, Blackpink have comebacks. Comeback, maybe not too heavy on the plural there, but since the girls went solo in their own companies, outside of YG, people have been like, look at what they can do outside of YG, because they're not doing too much under YG, so they think YG is holding them back. So, and again, just to reiterate, this is a conversation that we've been having over and over again, but anyways, YG was holding them back so bad it's not even funny. Blackpink solo debut studio album. Oh, Rosie, 12 songs. Alter Ego, 12 songs. Ruby, 15 songs. Total 39. Blackpink's 8-year career under YG Entertainment, 32. And that doesn't even include Jisoo's comeback, allegedly, unless it's an OST like some people are saying, but that doesn't even include Jisoo's alleged comeback as well, right? So 39 songs out of their solo endeavors, and as a group with their 8-year career, just 32 songs. That's wild. That's definitely wild. So it contributes to this whole conversation that we're having, right? Lisa releasing a solo album under YG, 2 tracks. Roseanne releasing a solo album under YG, 2 tracks. Jennie having 2 solo tracks as a solo artist under YG in 8 years. And then, of course, them having so many more songs. I mean, it is so weird. And everybody noticed it as well, that every time they were releasing like their own solos under YG, why was it always 2 songs? I guess like it matches everybody. Nobody has more songs than somebody else, but still not Roseanne, right? I got this screenshot because I'm blocked, but this is why YG deserves foreclosure and no peace. What was their issue? So it's the same tweet, right? In less than 2 years outside YG, the Blackpink members are set to release as soloists more than half the number of songs that group has dropped since 2016. The problem was never them. Between June of last year up until March of this year, the members of Blackpink will have released close to 45 to 50 songs all between them. YG Entertainment gave them 32 songs in 8 years as a group. That was a bit of a threat, so we're gonna skip the last one there. This is just like a detail from the album that I didn't fully understand, so I guess I would like your input on it. Jennie's debut album solo, oh my god, Jennie's debut solo album Ruby will feature 15 songs. The CD versions of the album will not include any verses from the featured artists that appear on the streaming version. So I'm confused about this, like why? I don't know, am I missing something? I read one of the comments saying like, oh, are these like last minute editions? Like the features are last minute editions and like the album was already like printed. I don't know. So what do you think about that? Weird that's opposite from what's normally the case. Yeah, I find that really interesting to make sure fans stream. Weird. So I wonder about this. What could it mean? Sounds like a copyright money issue. In what sense, though? I'm curious. Last minute collabs make sense. Maybe she wanted her album to be just her, but still wanted to include the features in digital versions. I've heard people say that too. Like her fans are buying the album for her. I doubt they're last minute. Apparently, she shot a music video with Dua Lipa all the way back in June. That's the news regarding Jennie. Let me know. Are you excited? What are you anticipating it to sound like? I haven't heard the trailer. And well, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait for it. But let me know your thoughts, of course. Okay, now we need to move on to a very curious discussion about Girls' Generation. We love to talk about Girls' Generation, but this discussion is a little more, like I mentioned, curious about their lack of children. Unheard of, I know. Who would ever talk about something like this, right? So there's been people discussing, somebody on a forum has basically been talking about how Girls' Generation, the members of Girls' Generation are going to regret not having gotten married. And it might be too late, almost too late for them to have kids. So let's read this roller coaster of a post, okay? The Girls' Generation members will regret not getting married. They're mostly 89ers, so 36 years old now. It's almost too late to have children, and there aren't many opportunities coming their way anymore. Their schedule is nearly empty, so I think it would be nice to live their second life by having children and raising them. But I feel like they're just spending all their money traveling and eating delicious food because they have so much money. It's fine now, but won't they regret it once they're over 40? I guess even then, since they still have money, it might be possible to marry a low-income man who's struggling for money and live as a DINK couple, but having children would be difficult. Is this man okay? This is what I'm picturing. If only the Girls' Generation members would date a low-income man like me. What? What is going on here? Why did you say marry a lower income man who's struggling for money? Is that him? Is he talking about himself? Like, what? Your acting is amazing. Thank you so much. I did not go to school for it. It's pure talent. But of course, there's so many people defending Girls' Generation from this. Even if Taeyeon is over 100 years old, she won't marry you. She has all the money. Why would she regret? I'm not going to say what I want to say. Why do you assume that everyone wants to have children? Just stop caring about them. If it doesn't happen, why do people always think it's strange or regret it? It's just like being narrow. It's just like being a narrow-minded scholar or a paranoid ruler. A lot of the comments are just defending them, right? And this has been a conversation. I mean, it's a conversation with Girls' Generation, but it's a conversation, I guess, quite relevant in today's day and age. I mean, the birth rates are down all across the board. Maybe not all across the board, but statistically, I feel like a lot of countries are suffering lower birth rates, specifically South Korea. I mean, even Canada as well. I think Canada is number 3 or 5, like lowest birth rates in the country. If I'm not mistaken, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, nobody wants to have kids, and you want to know why? I mean, it's a very multifaceted issue. But I mean, we could name a couple reasons. I mean, it's a major thing. I mean, it's not just as simple as like, oh, pop out a baby. I mean, it's really serious to your health. I mean, I don't even know where to start. This is being discussed everywhere, and it makes sense. People are bringing up so many valid reasons why they don't want to have kids, why they can't have kids, why society is not helpful to them having kids. And, kids are expensive and I have no money. Like, exactly. Even 21 isn't married. Dada is almost 40. Legendary Boa isn't married. Cost of living, work culture. There's so many reasons why people wouldn't want to have kids, or and it's not just South Korea either, of course. Don't mistake that it's just South Korea. But like beyond all like the societal commentary that we can make about people choosing not to have children, which is all very important, very valid to talk about, by the way. There's also another facet to this, which is fans not wanting their idols to date at all. And I mean, we see it, like they send protest tracks when they find out their idols are dating, therefore not approving of them having a dating life, of having romances, of having significant others, and then in that same breath basically berating them for not having kids or not having husbands and not getting married. So people are also discussing that part of it as well. I'm glad people are thinking about these things and not having kids first and dealing with it all later. Me too. From what I've seen, once they enter their 30s, fans seem chill out enough about their fave idols dating. I mean, there's that aspect as well, but like, oh yeah, Chen getting married was such a big deal. Oh yeah, I have a wife and 5 kids on the way, by the way. But like, to some of the comments saying like, oh, but when idols are older, their fans tend to be okay with it, but still like that element of control, right? Like, oh, but like until you're 30, don't date. But like then after that, like it's fine, I don't really care anymore. I mean, like, wouldn't that be detrimental to you wanting to find a significant other, wanting to like settle down and have kids? Like, wouldn't that be also detrimental? Like, I feel like it would have an effect, but anyways, hence why they keep it from you. It's a very hit or miss, but still weird. Like, why does the public accept actors dating, but idols are a no-go? Having a child is traumatic for women. Okay, so the original tweet has 5.3 million views. This is like discussing almost too late to have children. So here are some responses. When idols date, they get mad. When idols say unmarried, they judge. The irony. And then in response, what do you mean? They literally birthed K-pop. Notice how no one says this about second-gen male idols. Fans infantilize the F out of idols to the point they cannot have relationships without jeopardizing their career, yet in the same breath, fans are going to question why idols haven't settled down yet. Okay, LOL. Reminder, 86% of women are able to get pregnant in their late 20s. By your late 30s, the percentage drops to 82%. I don't know about these facts. I didn't look them up. That's all I'm saying. This is fear-mongering driven by misogynistic, outdated medical studies and a patriarchal agenda to pressure women into pregnancy before they feel ready. And so on and so forth. There's so many responses to this, of course. But let me know what you think. I don't know. I'm somebody who does not want kids. I will never want kids. Even if I wanted kids, I would not have kids. Just even like physically the act of doing it, I don't want to do that. And then like raising a child, I don't want to do that. And just like anytime you tell someone that, it's like you'll change your mind or like you'll, you know, such and such. But yeah, it's really frustrating because it's like even for like health things, I'm like, I'm suffering cramps right now. Like not right now, but I suffer really bad cramps. Can I get this medical procedure to stop these cramps? And it's like, you're too young. What if you want kids one day? You're too young. So I'll just sit here and suffer and suffer these cramps because you don't want to give me a medical procedure where because I might want kids one day. And you know, I understand the like thought process, but then it's like I don't have control over my body. I might have a husband one day and want to have kids with that husband one day. My doctor's words, by the way. Anyways, help me. Help me because it's painful. I'm like, no, you might have a husband and have kids. Like, what year is this? I mean, that's the thing. It's one thing because like I've looked into the procedures as well. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not a great fit, but it's one thing for it not to be a good fit for one reason. It's another thing to straight up say no because of this hypothetical husband and this hypothetical child that does not exist. That's two different things. So like I'll accept, okay, maybe you shouldn't do that because it might actually make it worse, or you'll have to, you know, it might not be a good fit for you, but versus your hypothetical husband and child. No, like that's not okay in my opinion. But so let's move into Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. So, not really fun news or anything, but it's quick news. Rai is getting mobbed at the airport again. Here we go. Once again, just a dangerous situation at the airport. That's scary. Literally scary. Jeez Louise. Angmyu's Lee Chan-hyuk and from Miss Nine's Lee Se-ram apparently broke up. Now, I don't think anybody actually knew that they were dating or anything, but apparently they broke up. And YG was just like, we can't really confirm anything about it. So it's still, nobody knows. Dating accusations. Well, now we went from dating accusations to breakup accusations now. because nobody's confirming whether or not the breakup was real, and nobody actually knows if they dated or not. So that's interesting, isn't it? NMIXX are set to have a comeback in March. So exciting. It feels like they've been gone forever. Like, when's the last time we saw NMIXX? So previously we had talked about music show prices, how much idols get paid to be on music shows. And it was shocking to a lot of people on one hand because it was so low. I mean, an idol came out and was like, we get paid like $36 for a music show, like each or whatever. And shocking on the other hand, because a lot of people were just like, oh my God, they get paid to go on music shows? Like, I thought they paid to be on music shows. There's new information basically saying a media reporter reveals K-pop idols are paid about $68 on music shows, while very popular are being paid $342. But K-pop groups spend $41,000 for 2-week promotions. So, I mean, you get paid, but do you really get paid in the end if you're paying $41,000 for a 2-week promotion? Oh my God, really wanted to share the artwork that Saturna made me. Whoop. Look at this artwork. Isn't it cute? Do you notice anything? The dogs? Kevin's ears are up, Misha's ears are down. It's so adorable. And that's me! Me with my Switch controllers. That is basically it for today's news today. On today's news today, these are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Just for everybody, my internet upload speed was at like 3, and I tried live streaming and it was just terrible. Everyone was like, it's lagging. So I went on chat with my internet company and I'm just chatting with them. Like, my upload speed is 3. I did a speed test. I'm like, okay, my upload and download speed. I kept telling them my speed test results. I'm like, actually, that's in line with your plan. I'm like, an upload speed of 3. Like, if I want to stream from a freaking potato, maybe. But anyways, I'm like, 3. I'm paying for 9, by the way, and you're giving me 3. That's criminal. And I pay $107 a month for 350 Mbps download speed and 9 upload speed. Criminal, I know. Absolutely. I didn't know it was so criminal until I told the chat. Anyways, my favorite comment, because it was taking so long, Alex was like, don't you understand? Taeyeon's going to be 40 by the time we actually talk about this. This is important. It's lagging again. But it's just frustrating. It's frustrating because these are the internet prices and I'm not going to find much lower than that. Like, it's frustrating because that's so much money. Internet companies are paying like $107 a month. That's a lot per year. And they won't even give me more than 3 upload speed and I'm angry. Yes, $107 a month, including tax, okay? Including tax. They've increased my internet price 3 times, $15 over time, $5 each time. And they don't tell you, because I look at my internet bill, it's $5 more expensive. And what the hell? I call them whatever and they're like, you should have seen it on your last bill. I go to my last bill, tiny print. Go to this website to see if there's any changes on your internet bill. They don't even tell you. So then you go to the website and like, oh yeah, we increased our prices. They make you go through hoops to find out that they increased their prices. And then they look at you like you're silly for not knowing to read the little fine print on your internet bill that you didn't know was there. And then go on the website in that little fine print to find out that they increased your internet. 3 times, $15. Not even 2 years. It hasn't even been 2 years and they increased the price $15.